We're getting into this matchup. We're going to see in the top left-hand side a lag spike. I'm going to come out of it, though. It is herO, our blue Protoss, taking on the red Zerg in the bottom right. Sorry, it is Solar. To get this ready to go. So we have ourselves in this game, PvZ style. Solar here is a pretty darn good matchup. We'll see a very exciting ZVP. Get this ready to rumble. Just having our probe moving back around. Single drone is going to go chasing a little bit. Whereas herO Clem. Well, herO didn't play today because he has GSL tomorrow, it seems. I don't know why Clem didn't sign up. Clem is almost always here in the Kung Fu Cup. That's why I put him in the title of the YouTube stream when I set up the YouTube stream. I was thinking of some players that pretty much always play Kung Fu Cups. Apparently I was wrong on a couple of those. Apologize if you got clickbaited. But, yeah, when I was scheduling the stream, the bracket wasn't live, so I couldn't actually see who was there. So I was just like, well, who usually plays these? Clem, herO, they've been playing all of them. I didn't really think about it was the fact it was herO's GSL group tomorrow. That might have an impact. Would have been too big brain, as I think they're both going to say that they feel some lag. My ping is perfectly normal for Korea. My ping's 320, but that's perfectly normal for Korea. That doesn't usually cause lag. Usually if it gets like 700-800, it causes lag, because that's when I'm actually not having my usual connection to Korea. So just waiting for the referee to resume.
Game resumed.
Game resumed. Alrighty then, Cybercore coming up, Nexus coming in. Get set up and ready to go. Couple things come chasing, probe gets hunted, and you have a Stargate on the way. Not too surprising. Be interesting to see exactly what kind of plan we're going to be doing on the side of herO, or if the Stargate has anything funky behind it, or we're just going to be very happy sitting on that Stargate for a little while. And just kind of playing into triple Oracle, and then just very normal things from there. Portrait coming up again, that warp gate coming through. Got a lot of this underway here early. As we just see a couple things hanging about on the natural, and the adepts will come together. Heading down to that bottom right side. Looking to get through for a little bit of damage. Adepts will go shading by the natural up in toward the main. One lane going down, second lane taking a shot. Queen still firing. Adepts are going to shade again, going to move towards the mineral lines here and get rid of a couple more Zerg lanes. Pretty good job in terms of just keeping the adepts alive and getting something, but of course, no drones is kind of eh. A lot of the time, though, people get kind of desperate to get drones, so then they lose the adepts trying to kind of get them because they hadn't got them so far. So herO just being responsible, backing away. It's a good defense from Solar. It's, like I say, a very responsible play out of herO as well, I would say.
Game paused.
I love Anki's just like, oh, maybe it really was me all this time. Okay,
Game
well,
resumed.
we figured that out. And we get to go back into this, hopefully with no lag now. Hopefully that was the culprit found. It's unfortunate because the lag on the Korean server is so inconsistent, you know. As our Oracle continues over to that right side, the Forge and the Gateway continue to come up. And you see this Oracle going to try and poke its way in for trying to deal some damage. And Twilight Council Gateway coming by. Nexus will finish shortly. The Rotron is also on the way up from Solar, so we get that underway. +1 Blink still coming up. We do have a Stalker and a couple extra gateways continuing by. Oracle's Stasis warding it up around the back, and the Queens will get rid of one of those Stasis wards already. So look at that +1 Blink then moving through. We do have a couple Oracles getting pushed away, shoved back over the sides. And with extra gates and the Robo coming through, Hero can start to power up into the Blink player fully. Start to see what's going on. And Blink halfway done. We do have the extra gates all coming about. The Robo facility is about halfway done as well. Still the Oracle's moving around with everything else also. So far, so good. Things are going to be on the counterattack, and they are going to find themselves a chance to jump into the Stalkers. How do spectators cause lag? Basically, the way StarCraft works is that we're all connected into the servers, and that if, like, it's not like the game's being played and we are watching the game from, like, an outside source. Like, we're actually, like, inside and part of the game, which is kind of weird, but it just means that the server interacts with us being in the game. It's the way that StarCraft was designed. I actually don't know really how to, I don't really know how to explain it, apart from that. I'm sure someone has a better way of explaining it, but yeah, basically you're in the game and interacting with the game. Like, the game actually follows your movement around, so even when you, like, say you move your camera around, the game actually records that and puts it in the replay. So, like, the server's constantly interacting with you while you're in game, basically. So that is why it's like you're just a player. Obviously, if you were, there's a lot of ways nowadays in newer games to watch games and do all the stuff StarCraft does, but you're not in the game. It's just the way that StarCraft was designed. Doesn't allow for that. As we do have the Lurker Den coming up. Our Hive coming through. The couple of Oracles still making their way down south. Just want to get a bit of a wraparound. And Disruptor coming up, +2 attack and charge on the way. My Lurker Den is still building through here. Hive is building. Hydras and Lings coming up. Groove Spines coming by. Roaches and Lings are going to get onto the set of rocks over on that right-hand side as well. Just going to start picking our way through this. Hive finishing. I mean, Solo obviously losing a base is pretty rough, but he's recovering from it decently. Obviously, Hero just very macro-focused as well. 4 bases looking comfortable at the moment. With 4 bases set up in full. Pretty decent. Few Lurkers will morph in. Another one getting morphed in as well. Have ourselves lanes, the roaches coming through, picking off some rocks, batteries, and cannons are coming up as well. Push up into the center. Stalker's getting chased away. We have another disruptor coming by. Just gonna see Stalker's getting grabbed on the sides, and this is gonna be Lings and Roaches still trying to fight. Couple more High Templar getting warped in alongside Zealots. More Lurkers from Solar in the bottom right getting made through. This is gonna be a big moment from Solar. If you can get Lurkers into good positions, it can be very tough for the Protoss to break through those presets kind of setups. And we're at a stage where this, the army composition of herO is good, but it can only get better from here, right? Whereas the army comp of the Zerg is kind of where it's going to be at. Oh, that was a good start from herO. Puts his disruptors to use immediately. Having those disruptors already is a fantastic thing as well, as we now have Ling Roach continue to push through. Like his burrow once more, we do have this Roach Hydra trying to break in, but yeah, defense is actually spot on for the moment. Very well handled up until now, as our Lurks will burrow again, and you see the Stalker's going to chase this. herO was ready to come in from two sides, so he will chase. As he on the creep, it's a little scary to keep chasing. Some of these Lurkers begin to burrow up, but apparently we do not care. herO's going to send the Disruptors into the mix. He is going to hit dead center. A couple of Viper grabs, but I don't think they really did enough. However, the Lurkers that are still alive are putting the work in, and herO loses a lot in the end. That chase was maybe a little bit too much of a chase. And that is going to be a little bit of a mistake from herO, losing out on a chunk of units because of it, unfortunately. So a lot of units end up going down there. A little bit sad. Feelings move over. Stalker's going to get chased. We do get a couple more Lurkers coming about. The Spines will continue to fire, and the Zealots continue to take some shots. Stalkers will fire up onto more and more of those Lings. Damage being done. Stalkers will fire. A few Lings getting picked away at. Lurkers will burrow up, and we just have ourselves Ling Hydra continue to push through. Stalkers getting chased. I mean, the army on the bomb side from herO looked as though it wanted to make a move, but Solar now, supply-wise, is looking absolutely brilliant in comparison to herO. herO is dropping off hard in this game. Mothership, Tempest, Oracle all being brought up, extra Archons being made. And you see these Lurkers still making another step towards trying to clean this up. We'll abduct in, Archon goes down, Cannon still firing. We do have Hydras coming back up, picking off those Zealots. More Lurkers of Solar. It's going to go wandering back over to that left-hand side. And we get ready to move into this location as the Lurkers burrow. The Cannons will start to take a whole bunch of shots. First Cannon dead immediately. Lurkers are just putting in so much work. I mean, we have got a couple of Tempests here, but two Tempests are going to be very slow to clean this up. We don't have any Vipers nearby, so these Hydras can't just get rid of the Tempest by abducting in. Honestly, if the Hydras just step forward, I think we're going to be okay. Again, the Tempest damage is very slow, and so with only two of them, it's just not good enough right now. The Lurkers will reposition. Oracle dies diving forwards. There's a couple of Observers remaining and no Overseers. They won't get punished, but the Hydras starting on top of Tempest. That is not good. Mothership will show up and drop the cloaking to try and save a couple of units for a little bit longer. Like I said, we did not have detection here. The Viper finally about to show up as well. A lot of just little bits and pieces that could have been used a little earlier. Time Warp trying to save the Mothership, but it will go down. The first Viper Abduct is good for the Mothership kill. And Solar just keeps on pushing up this left side, getting on top of the Tempest. Lurk is on top of the base. The probes, the ground units are not going to last long at all. And this location going down. herO, again, looked as though he was getting control of these fights until he just chased a little bit far into the center of the map one time. And the clean feed, guys. So, actually sounds like the game sounds are a little bit better, so I'll try to turn it up a little bit. Hopefully the game sounds... They were kind of bad earlier. Yeah, this sounds way better. Alright, this is not the end of the world. As we can kick off Roby heading to the upper left-hand side from herO to scout early on. It's just going to go for a little bit of a look to the top. Drone moves out, is actually going to see the probe coming, so seeing that and realizing it's on the way is a nice little thing to note, as we do get the drone to build the hatchery, so that hatchery will go down. Gateway in the front, pylon in the wall as well, always interesting. Those walls leave a lot to the imagination. We talk about them a lot, we meme about them a lot. What if they were that little bit better? Again, pulling that upper left corner. Nexus and the cyber core coming in. Overlord is going to continue across towards the natural. Back over there. Drone's going to go after the probe. Again, Cybercore finishing in a couple of moments. As our Nexus will be about halfway done as well. Adept coming in. Queens and some Lings continuing to build. Twilight Council starts from herO, so it's going to be a completely different vibe from the start of this game. It's very aggressive. Most likely going to be Glaives, but there's other options. The DTs, the Archon drop, etc. can sometimes become a factor as well, can sometimes be part of the plan, so see if any of that is the idea. Stalker firing, Overlord taking damage. Oh, just gonna see the Overlord getting pushed back a little. Lings is going to come through. A couple of Queens are going to get there. They're going to go fight against the Adept with Shades. It is in fact going to be that Dark Shrine, so we are going to go DTs into the Archon drop. That's the plan from herO, not the most consistent of things. As we have the few extra gates coming up, so it'll be 4 DTs that can warp in all at once. And just have ourselves the gates, the Dark Shrine coming through, the Prism coming up as well. Things actually going to get by. It's nice from Solar, just going to get in, confirm exactly what's happening. Stalk fires, couple Lings getting shot down. Couple spores coming through as Prism will just get the warping going of a couple of DTs. Obviously spores very important here. Eventually the lair as well. Going to become very useful too as our DTs move up. Spore going to get in position. Lings, Queens going to be there to push the DTs back, and the Prism will get shoved away. Adept's still just chilling. And next is coming online on the third base. We do have one more DT warping in. That Blink still coming up. Blink's actually get a little kill there. Yeah, herO just moving into Blink as his follow-up. I don't think the DTs will find much though. Lings fighting, DT swipes back. See the Lings trying to go in towards the ramp there. Just gonna see 2 more Archons coming about. The Adepts continue through. So wrap around once more. Adept will be getting picked away at a couple of Archons dropping by. And still firing. Now Prism comes back over to the left-hand side, ready to drop in here. It's going to be 2 Archons coming straight through, and a couple of those drones going down immediately. That's 4 workers killed, making it 5. A couple of Adepts are there for making it 6 and 7, and still is losing a lot of drones. May not have been from the DTs, but the Archon drop and Adept combination is absolutely firing up. A little bit of a storm. Prism takes a few shots. The Lings have to back away. The drones are all stacked. That's terrifying. 16 drones are now dead. Disaster strikes. Prism comes back through. Still got that blink on the way up. Archon's firing. A couple of those roaches still getting shot at the Prism. Moving back over to the sides, we see the blink still coming about as well. Charging 2 more gateways coming about. Roaches, Ravages, the Queens. Still building. The army of herO goes across the map once again. Solar obviously just replacing a little bit of what he's lost. His army supply is still okay, but it's the amount of tech units here from herO that's terrifying. His Lings have a huge opportunity. There's a wall going up. That's a structure built just in time. I do not know if we have anywhere near the numbers we need here from Solar to defend this. The Ravager count is only 3. There's a lot of tech units. The Archons are going to be really strong. The Immortals are obviously able to punch through the Roaches easily. And you can just see that everything is getting cleaned up. herO is going to make his way through this base of Solar. And Solar's reinforcements are not going to look any better because Lings running into an Archon isn't pretty. Roaches running into an Immortal isn't pretty. GG. Top left-hand side, the blue Protoss player here is herO. Taking on the red Zerg in the bottom left from Vitality Solar. Alright, game 3. Probe comes across to play the hatchery block game. After this map, we will have Beyond versus Nightmare to determine who will be entering the grand finals with the winner of this series. So another best of 3 and a best of 5 still to come here. Hatch gas coming up. Spawn and pool will drop down as well. Probe going to nibble at the back. Probe comes back over. Drone gets there. Pushes the probe away. Decently handled for the moment. Walk on Earth, thank you so much for the 18-month resub on the Prime. Welcome back. Hope you're doing great. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel and supporting the stream today. If you guys are enjoying, don't forget to use your Prime subs. Help to support the stream and help us run more StarCraft 2 events of our own and so on. And also donate, cheer, etc. All the usual stuff. Of course, if you're on the YouTube, you can even become a YouTube member. Or you can just like the video. Like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, all free. Appreciate all of those as well. Helps out heavily. Stargate is a building from herO. So we're going to see him moving into that kind of expected setup once more. Dipped on the high ground. Some pressure onto those drones, a little annoyance. Nice position found. Ling speed finishing shortly. More drones, queens, and lings all coming out. Still a warp gate coming by, and again, just have the Oracle coming through. Getting this settled in. Oracle takes a couple of shots. Slings on the other side will clean up the Adepts quite nicely, and we'll be able to get the probe and potentially the pylon warping in there. Oracle will take one more shot. It tries to kill off an egg morphing, but it doesn't happen. This Adept is going to live? Oh, okay. Just goes down. I mean, pretty much costs you every single ling there as solo, though, and he did end up losing 4 drones total, so not bad. As the couple queens and drones get back to building from solar as well, Spore Crawler being brought into play. Next is coming through, Oracle building, another Adept coming around as well for the moment, so all of that still continues into action here. Yeah, Oracle's moving about. The rest of these lings coming through. Queen on the way. A couple more Adepts coming around. Nexus building also. And the Adepts will go shading out down to the south. Going through the middle. Going to join up with those Oracles and try and get a follow-up on the move. We got one Oracle around the bottom, so a bit of a distraction. You know, unit's going to be everywhere here for herO in a moment. Let's see how well Solar handles that. As the Adepts shade up this ramp, they're going to commit in. Oracles are active there, so the lings can't surround those Adepts comfortably. And slow progress, but these Adepts are going to make another step forward. The Oracle's pretty much out of energy, so they can't do much else. I think that's time for the Adepts to absolutely just shade out, because you don't want to stick around too much longer. The other Oracle, yeah, I was going to say, where's that? What's that up to? Not much, is the answer. Still here. And that morphed in. As yo, Stancops, thank you so much for the 3-month resub on the Prime. Good idea. Free Bezos money. Hell yeah, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much for supporting the stream with the Prime sub. If you got that Prime, it is free. Just gotta click the button every month. That's a bunch. Things coming up, but Deb's gonna get surrounded. Get rid of one. We're gonna get rid of just the one, actually. The shade back is okay. We get Stalkers with Blink and +1 on the way through. So herO is making his way to that next stage fairly comfortably. Wondering if Solo's going to end up playing that kind of lurker style again, or if that's something he's just not going to be able to find his way to this time. I feel like he typically wants to. Let's go for Adept. Going to 5 Freelings coming in. And +1 and Blink coming about, the melee upgrade coming through. Lair's about to finish. And the Queen's still fighting as the Adepts continue to shade about. Oracle's still chilling out on the bottom side. Robot Facility coming through. +1 and Blink going to be there in a moment. Continuing to bring this about at the moment. So again, so far so good. What do you have? +2 attack, charge, continuing in. A bunch of additional Stalkers getting warped in off the front here, and we will drop a Revelation down and clean up a Creep Tumor as well. Stalker's hitting that Queen, Overlord taking damage. Stalker's likely going to have to blink back here defensively. There's a few more of those lings showing up. The Queen's still trying to get across for now. You move through, we're just going to grab the Ravager. Ravager gets picked off again. Still these Overlords in a little bit of trouble. Lings want to keep on moving forwards. Percival's onto this ramp as we just dive back. Lings ready to hop into the Dropper Lord and move into the top. Percival still dropping into place. Ling Ravager Queen continues to hold tight. herO moves up once again. We're going to see a couple of those queens start to go down. Stalkers are taking some shots. We blink back away. Stasis Ward catching a group of Zerglings. The rest of these Lings still setting up as we do have move into the natural mineral line, making their way in. Just have still as well the rest of this pressure coming by. Zeld's going to charge into this mineral line, and it's going to be Queens in trouble. So a couple Queens going down at the same time as herO pressures on the right-hand side. But the Lings are getting damage done as well, and both sides of this are seeing some serious damage. I think herO has the better setup to keep on going, though. Throws of Vials do not land. We blink onto the Ravagers. The Oracles show up to guarantee some extra kills. Again, 13 probes dead from herO, but his standing army looking strong, blinking through, looking to move to the finals of today's Kung Fu Cup as the Ravagers keep on being knocked down. GG says Sola. He doesn't have enough to stay alive. That is going to do it. That is going to be herO taking a best of 3 victory here and moving on into, again, the